is up? What is up? What is up? Oh, what is up? What is up? Sorry. Hold on. I think we're good. What is up, guys?
And welcome to... Oh, wow, we've got the merch and stuff. Look at George's shirt and my shirt and the thing.
Stupid fucking video. Sorry, I had another YouTube video open. My bad. Okay. All right. What is up? I hope everyone's having a great night tonight. I'm tired today. I am. It's been a long day. I'm trying, you know how you try to get your sleeping schedule, try to switch your sleeping schedule to a different schedule, and you can't get your sleeping schedule to another schedule, and it's literally just crazy. But hopefully everyone's having a good day. I know we still have a few weeks till free agency. We have obviously a lot going on because the Eagles haven't really even touched this roster yet. You see other teams starting to release players, and do some different things, and we haven't done nothing, jack squat, nothing besides obviously just hearing rumors and all this stuff going on, and players getting released off of other teams where the Eagles could really take advantage of maybe specific players, that maybe have interest of coming to the Eagles, or maybe our connection to some of the coaching staff that we have as of right now. I think, that's definitely a big one right there. But should be interesting. So to let you guys know, during the month of March, we will be streaming every day in March. Since really beginning of probably the first week of March, we'll be streaming probably every day late morning, and then we'll have like videos. It's stuff with all the rumors and stuff like that, what's going on, and all that great stuff. We do have the shakedown tomorrow night, just to let you guys know. We'll be streaming tomorrow night to talk about more stuff that's going on in the week. But yeah, it's somewhat been quiet. The Eagles haven't really done much of anything. We've been hearing a lot of different things, but hopefully more to come soon. Well, let's say hi to everybody in the chat. We got Nathan, HVSJR, we got Dev, Bleeding Kelly Green, Brett, Scrap, what's going on? Brett, Kez Bass, Fisty LaRue, Michael Goldberg, Mayor, what's going on, Mayor? Fortify, what's going on, bro? SA with the super chat says Cooper Dijon for cornerback. Please see any highlights. Yes, I've watched some stuff on him. I have to start some of my other stuff soon, because I've been really focused on free agents, and I've been focused on obviously roster moves and trades and stuff like that. But I've watched some tape, and I mean, look, realistically, we got to know like what we're gonna get. If the story is true and Bradbury's getting cut, that's really the only thing that's going to designate even any type of cornerback coming to Philadelphia is really Bradbury getting cut. And it might not happen. It might not happen right now. It might not happen the first week of free agency. It might be a cut later on. I mean, who knows? I don't know. Could he be on the roster by the draft? James Bradbury might be here by draft night. You know what I mean? But there could be in contention to move him. But free agency will tell the tale of what the Eagles are going to do. If Bradbury gets cut necessarily pretty early, I'd say there's going to be strong interest for somebody else, no doubt. And it might be your play in the draft. I can't imagine Vic Fangio coming in and saying, "Oh yeah, Bradbury fits our scheme really well." Yeah, I can't imagine that really, but I mean, look, I've watched a few guys already, and Cooper DeJean looks, Cooper. I mean, look, you get DeJean, forget about it. I mean, I think he'll be set for years to come. I mean, you want to draft one in the first round, pair him up with Slay, because I think Slay is going to be here. I don't see too much of a change anywhere else, but we'll see though. You know what I mean? We got Linda Conyers. Thank you so much for the super chat. Very much, Linda. Appreciate it so much. Says Joey, how would you assess the job? I read it as asses. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with I don't know. I'm tired. So how would you assess the job the Eagles have done so far with their coaching staff? I think it's been pretty damn good. I thought there was going to be a lot of change. I didn't think there was actually going to be this much change. I didn't think they were going to change positional coaches. We saw Michael Clay got his extension, which I'm actually really happy about that. And it's weird because even though the season before last season, we kind of wanted Michael Clay out of the building. But I think you got an offensive coordinator in Kellen Moore that's gonna pull every strand of skill from your quarterback. Loves using tight ends. Loves running from under center, throwing from under center, crossing routes. I mean, using middle of the field. And a lot of rumors are starting to come out now that Kellen Moore is going to upgrade that wide receiver 3 position. That's going to be a lot better than we've ever had it. He gets the best out of his quarterbacks. Okay. Unfortunately, last year with a lot of injuries to the Chargers and Herbert in general, and Herbert didn't really have a great year either. There were some games I watched with Herbert last year where he was missing wide open guys. Keenan Allen is their only weapon in that offense. Austin Eckler, is a good player, but nothing to the extent of no excuse to not use him the right way. But I think Kellen Moore is going to make Jalen Hurts probably. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I know everyone worries about the run pass ratio. I think the Eagles want to get a power back. I think Kellen Moore wants to get back to his Zeke days with Dak Prescott and the RPO, using that offensive line that you have and just pushing people around and being physical. But obviously I think this is the best roster that Kellen Moore is probably ever going to be a part of, even better than Dallas, to be honest with you. I think he's got a big chance to not only rework this offense, especially the passing game, getting us back to where things make sense. But at the end of the day, he's going to he's going to lift this offense back on its feet again, and that's all that matters. And I'm excited to what other pieces are going to be added to this offense. I'm excited to see how they run the football, or who's going to be the running back here, because it's only kind of game on the backfield. So I think he gets the best out of his quarterbacks. He loves throwing to tight ends. I mean, he doesn't excuse one position. He uses everything. That's the whole thing with Kellen Moore. Come playoff time, hopefully he, knows situational football a little bit better, because I think that's been his weakness in the past, as of right now. And Vic Fangio, I'm not a fan of the scheme. I like the coach. I'm just not a fan of the scheme. Okay, Spags from KC, that's a Jim Johnson tree type coach. And you see how physical that Kansas City defense is. The Vic Fangio defense, if you're going to have somebody run it, it's going to be the guy that the top of the line. It's going to be him. They hired Sean Desai because he was the closest to Vic Fangio, because he was the defensive quality control guy for a few years after Fangio left the Bears as defensive coordinator, and he worked under Vic Fangio, so he took over the Bears in 21 as a DC. You know what I mean? So I feel like they try to get the disciple, they try to get the apprentice of Vic Fangio. But if you're going to get the right guy, get the guy that knows how to run that defense, that 3-4 defense, that he likes attacking with his linebackers when he has to. And to be honest with you, I mean, to have a defense like that, third in pressures, top 10 in sacks. I think they were top 5 in sacks for the year. I mean, it's really good. The positional coaches, Chris Hurts, the defensive line coach, I love him. Bobby King is a really good one too, and he's not even connected to Fangio. Bobby King's another one where he's coaching really good linebackers. The whole coaching staff just has experience. It's not young coaches that just came off an assistant's job as these are guys that have been around. The QB coach that's been around Kellen Moore since being with the Cowboys for 4 years. I mean, they know how to evaluate talent. They know how to use players to their strengths, and I think we're gonna be all right. Like Vic Fangio obviously has hired his own coaching staff defensively, and it's all we could ask for. I don't think Nick's hands have been on anything at all. I don't think they've touched anything regarding certain situations with the coaching staff. I think Nick has taken a step back, but hopefully not going to be too included when it comes to the play calling and stuff like that. So it's going to be really, really interesting. Really interesting. Appreciate the super chat, by the way. But I think the coaching staff I think is really good. I think it's done really well. See, I saw a bug on my floor. I'm starting to freak out. Dream Chasers 215. What's going on, man? It says we need cornerback and safety and linebacker. Yeah, we're beyond. The Quinn Logart says, Joey, how do you feel about Julian Okwara signing? He's interesting because he's shown a lot of flash. I think he was with the Bears practice squad last year, and then before that he had a little small stint with the Rams. I think he I think that was, I don't know if that was the other guy. No, I think this is the guy that was with Detroit that had I think he has 9 career sacks. So it's an outside linebacker that has a lot of flash, but hasn't really been in the right system. So it's going to be interesting. They brought in a couple guys. They brought in him. They have Terrell Lewis. I forgot his name. They have another outside linebacker that they brought in. 2 guys that have shown a lot of flash, but like I said, they haven't been in the right system per se, but athletic enough to be in this defense. So they are picking up linebackers like crazy, and wondering if another one is going to be in the building as well. I mean, they got to put as many as possible, and especially in competition, at least for training camp. They're going to bring in a lot of guys and hopefully get a lot of competition there. So I'm hoping. So it says we're going to need to add a legit wide receiver 3 to compensate for the weak defense. We will have to win 38-35 type games next year. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm tired of the guys that just have speed. We need really good route runners. We need guys that are just explosive off the line, and that's what I'm hoping that they get. I don't want just a low grade. I'm not saying you got to pay somebody a lot of money. I just need somebody that has some skill. I don't know if they would have interest in Hollywood Brown, or I don't know. Even that lad McConkey is a guy I've been looking at like crazy, dude, from Georgia, and I want a slippery, just speed demon. That's the route running is just insane, breaks people's ankles. I want someone that's really hard to cover on the inside. So Nate says Hurts can't handle it at this point. He said so many different play callers. I really doubt there's something he hasn't seen. Yeah, AJ Dillon, I just did a video on him the other day. I think he would be great. I think this is what Kellen Moore would like, because he would use him like a power, agile type back. Not a guy that's going to run east and west so much, but I think this is a back that they're going to use north and south and really attack with the offensive line, tire out defenses. A guy that's going to pack a real punch. He had over 600 yards rushing last year, over 200 receiving, so he could do both, and he could pass protect. That's the one thing that DeAndre Swift can't do, unfortunately. So, Fabio with the super chat. I'm sorry, I've been looking at this bug and I have to get rid of it. You know what I'm gonna do? Hold on. All right. Sorry, I'm good. Fabio says, get Henry and draft an explosive back. So you think they're gonna? Yeah, I mean they're gonna have. I would say they'll have 3 running backs on the roster most likely. You know, I don't know. Look, the thing is, now from what I've seen from the Derrick Henry situation. Apparently from like Vegas on the odds him coming to the Eagles, the Eagles are like in second place of getting him. I don't know how they would even want to have him at an older age. He still has a little bit left in the tank. There's wear and tear on those tires, no doubt, and he could still play, and he probably won't run as much in Philadelphia, but the contract is going to be insane. Like, it's going to be a short. Usually these running backs that get older are going to want those, are just older players in general, are going to get those minimal yearly deals with a lot of guaranteed money in the middle of it. I mean, that's a part of it, of what's going on sometimes, you know. But we'll see. Me personally, like, they really need to start thinking forward. Like, and if they want to get Henry, that's fine. I mean, I'd be shocked if they did it. I mean, I've always wanted to see Derrick Henry run behind, you know, I'd rather have somebody else, obviously, that's a little bit younger. But when I really think about it, you know, not only do you get 2 more backs, or at least 1 more back, but I think you go into the draft and go find another mid-round running back that is going to fit really well. You know, with this, you know, this offensive line can almost make anybody good, but to actually get somebody with skill, which we've had, it's amazing to watch, man. I mean, Miles Sanders, 1,000 yards. You know, DeAndre Swift, I mean, should have been the second best back in the league. It's ridiculous how they just underutilized him and almost anyone else at this point. So, yeah, Josh Jacobs, I don't think they would have any interest. I don't know. Like, I'd be looking at more of a, like I said, I like DeAndre Swift. Gibson from Washington's another one that I would really like. AJ Dillon fits what Kellen Moore did with Zeke. It's kind of like a Zeke feature type thing with him. So I feel like they'll just run north and south with AJ Dillon, tire out those defenses, and, you know, have a quick back, have a heavier type, pack a punch boxer type back in AJ Dillon. I mean, they have a mixture of whatever they want, but hopefully to God they actually use these guys right. It would be pretty good. Tyler said we need kitchen safety from Miami and Edgar and Cooper linebacker from A&M. Yeah, I mean, look, I would love, and I really hope, and I think obviously this first round pick is going to be on defense. I think we can all assume that right now. Free agency is going to designate what we're going to do. I think they're going to take care of linebacker in free agency. I don't know. I could be wrong. I feel like Eddie Jackson would be interesting because he's played with Fangio, became an all-pro his second year under Fangio. Really, since Fangio left, Eddie Jackson kind of depleted himself. He's 30 years old. And you say, Joe, why would you sign a 30-year-old safety? We have one right now. Because Kevin Byard is a cap casualty right now. Kevin Byard post June cut is like $14 million. He's the HaasonReddick stuff is already a fucking nightmare as it is right now. Not knowing, and it's not really a nightmare. Reddick wants to stay in Philadelphia. Don't say he's not. It's already been reported. Reddick already opened his mouth. Reddick already said that he wants to stay. All he did was ask permission from the Eagles to say, "Hey, I just want to see what number I can get from other teams. Bring the number back to Philadelphia. See if they can match it or meet in the middle." He has no plans on leaving Philadelphia. But obviously he should be compensated on 2 double-digit sack seasons. I don't blame him. He signed a $43 million deal. I don't know how much of that was guaranteed. Not much. He's the 18th highest paid defensive end. Now, I don't think HaasonReddick's going to get $25+ million. That's definitely not going to happen. I don't think any team is paying that right now. Really depending. It's like, if another defensive end gets like If another defensive end gets like 20 million or something like that, it's really going to depend on who gets paid first, and then other players are going to want to piggyback off of that. You know what I mean? So that's where I kind of go into that whole thing with HaasonReddick and what's going on. You know what I mean? It's just like, that's your best player. That's going to be turning 30 years old in September. Okay? HaasonReddick is turning 30 in September. Josh Sweat's on the last year of his deal. Brandon Graham's a free agent right now. And really, how much is he going to produce if we sign him to a veteran minimum deal? If Nolan Smith had 6 to 10 sacks this year, I wouldn't really even give a shit. Like, if Nolan Smith, like, showed up this year and, like, we're like, holy shit, man, like, Nolan Smith is... then I wouldn't really care so much about losing Reddick. But it's tough to lose him because not only, like... you got to think of it in two ways. You lose Reddick, you get a chunk of money back, and you can use that for younger talent. Or you keep Reddick in the building under Vic Fangio and his scheme and see how he does. You know what I mean? So I know there's people on the fence about Reddick. There's people that are pissed off about it. Me, I think he deserves to get paid. I don't know if it's going to be by us, but I think he deserves to get paid. There's no doubt. I'd probably be doing the same thing he's doing right now. But we're just going to have to, see. Ball Deal says A.J. Dillon, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, Van Ginkel, Yannick, Pat Queen, maybe even OBJ for wide receiver 3 if the price is right. Should all be guys talk. Not OBJ. I'd rather get probably a million other receivers than OBJ, to be honest with you. How about Leonard Floyd? Leonard Floyd on the edge. Leonard Floyd's pretty, he's another guy that jumps from team to team and helps teams out on the edge as well. I wanted Leonard Floyd last fucking year. Last free agency, I wanted him on the edge. So that'd be interesting. Nah, Calvin Ridley's too expensive. Calvin Ridley is out of the price range. Way out of the price range. This guy had over 1,000 yards. Calvin Ridley had over 1,000 yards last year. You know what I mean? The Eagles ain't gonna pay him to play here as a wide receiver 3. It ain't gonna happen. Hollywood Brown to be one. Who's that guy? Who's the guy from the Browns? Who's the guy from the Browns? Elijah Moore? That's another one. No Eddie Jackson, we need you. Dude, we need 3 safeties. We need 3 fucking safeties. We don't have any safeties. Like, none. Sidney Brown has a torn ACL. He's out till, mid-October? And I'm not stooping for... Look, as much as I like Reed Blankenship, I know there's better safeties out there. Not even just that. I know they can draft a safety better than Reed Blankenship. Okay? They have to sign 3. And I think Eddie Jackson will probably be one of those guys. At least, like, for a 1-year deal... sign him and then draft one. I still think they need another one. I don't think Reed is not starting this year. I don't believe he's going to start. Does he make the active roster? Yes, he does. But he does not start this year. I don't think so. I don't. Ty said everyone here doesn't realize that Howie not paying Swift $6 million a year. He's not paying Jacobs, Barkley, Henry, etc. He's going to go cheap like he always does. Well, it's just he does. Well, yeah, but the thing is, he's going to have to pay a little bit more. He's going to have to. You know what I mean? He's going to have to pay a little bit more. Like, dude, he's got to go out. I think DeAndre Swift's contract is going to be around, from what I read, it was like 5.7 a year, which I think it was like 5.7? No, 6. It was like 6.7 a year, which really isn't that bad. That's a little bit more than Miles Sanders got, like very little bit. I think Swift would make an extra like $2 million more than what Miles Sanders would make, which isn't bad. He can't go cheap. They're like, who are you going to find out there that's $1 million, like $1.5 million against the cap? You're not going to find that. You know what I mean? I don't think you're finding something like that. But the philosophy has to change. You can't sign running backs like Swift. We got lucky with Swift. We got lucky with him trading for him. And, Detroit wanted to get a running back in the first round. Yeah, you have to change your philosophy. I'm not saying go pay a running back big money. I'm just saying like $6.7 million a year is not bad. Barkley's asking for 12, 13 plus. Like, these guys are asking for a lot. And half of them don't even fucking deserve it. Truth, I will tell you what's going on, man. I said, what about a cutting board, then bringing him back on the cheap if he agrees till we get younger, better safeties? I'd be fine with bringing Eddie Jackson in for the year. I don't see why that's a bad thing. I mean, he's had his 2 successful years under Fangio. I think it's a match made in heaven, honestly. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson's another one. I just don't think... I don't know if Detroit has Chauncey in their future plans. They got to start locking up players soon as well. So we'll see. Ryan says, I'm telling you, if we keep Reddick, he will lead the team in sacks again. Oh, no, I think he will. I think he will. But he'll be used better. I trust Swift in it. I trust HaasonReddick in a 3-4 defense much more than I would trust, Josh Sweat or some of these other guys. At least they've been in cover. At least Reddick has done it in his career. He did it with Carolina. He did it with Arizona. He's done it before. But these guys were set up to fail. Every position on our defense was flawed because this head coach had no idea what he was doing. Simple as that. And he hired a guy that just got a pay raise in Sean Desai, and that's all that was. I mean, other than that, what else did he bring to the table? Yeah, he wasn't worse than Matt Patricia, but at least, he didn't give up over 27, 28 plus points a game. I mean, we were only giving up, I think, 22 points under Sean Desai, but, we played better, not to give him a medal or anything, but it just wasn't, we didn't make adjustments. No adjustments. You're not stunned. You don't know how to blitz. You don't know how to be physical. You don't know how to use your linebackers downhill. It's horrible, man. It's horrible. Not non-creative at all. T. Goodrow 824 says Nolan Smith wasn't given a chance. I think he balls out. Oh, no, 100%. None of what Nolan Smith did this year was his fault. Now, Nolan Smith came out of camp with a stinger or something like that. Then they had him listed as a Sam linebacker, but he only played special teams throughout the year. Then Sean Desai gave some stupid excuse that Nolan Smith wasn't, we can only give so many snaps to so many people. Like that bullshit statement. It's your first round pick, dude. You got to play him. Derek Barnett's taken more of the snaps on the edge. Nolan Smith didn't get snaps until Miami, a little bit at the end of the year. I mean, really, he didn't get much. He really didn't get much at all. So I think he's got to bulk up a little bit. I think he needs to bulk up, have another good off season, and then get ready. You know what I mean? But I feel like we got to remember this too, guys. I think in this 3-4 scheme, Nolan Smith as an outside linebacker, a coverage guy, his athleticism, remember that preseason game when they did a reverse? I forgot what team it was when they did a reverse with this running back or this wide receiver that ran like a 4-2 or something like that. And Nolan Smith, I think that's when he got injured, I think. And he chased that guy down on the reverse and they lost yards. There's something there with Nolan Smith. The thing is, I'm tired of guys leaving this team, going somewhere else, being successful. If Nolan Smith leaves this team, he's going to be successful somewhere else, and we're going to regret every minute of it. I think Nolan Smith is a nice balance between coverage and having that aggressiveness on the edge. I think he just has an issue with hand placement, really. I think it's just his hand placement. Maybe some of his moves are kind of out of whack a little bit coming to the NFL. So we'll see. We'll see. What's up, Joey? Move Blank. What's up, man? Says move Blankenship to linebacker and Slade to safety. Dingleberry. Yeah, they'll never do that. They'll never do that. But it's good idea. But I just don't think you're gonna do that at all. Nate says Swift this year. He likes being home. He was dirt cheap last year, paying from the savings. Guys got it speed for it. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, the only thing that's a problem with Swift is his pass protection. I mean, that's really it. That's really like the only issue as of right now. So, sorry. 1 second. I'm good. I don't like wiping my nose on camera, so. Jack White says, what running back wants to come here and watch her steal all their touchdowns? He won't steal that much. Ro Robinson, what's going on, man? So we need a talent evaluator. It's going to find diamond in the rough like KC did with Pacheco. A hungry running back is what we need. Yeah, I mean, Pacheco, I mean, the thing is, you find these players a dime a dozen, bro. Like, the way that KC uses all of their players offensively, like Mecole Hardman was like not even Mecole Hardman like signed back with KC later in the year, middle of the year. Like Pacheco was a 6th round fucking wide receiver, right? I mean, that's evaluation. That's knowing how to use your players, no doubt, and using them and being creative in different ways. Like I give like KC credit for doing all that, because a lot of teams don't really fucking do that at all. Every player's so intricate with what they do. It's kind of insane. Bill Hope says, I bring Oz back, try to move Byard at the trade deadline when Sydney is coming fully healthy. Eddie Jacks to a 1 to 2 year deal and have Blankenship as your third safety. Right guard is a huge problem if Kelsey retires. Yeah, bringing Oz back, I think they could find somebody better. As much as he's another guy that didn't get opportunity. Even Dallas Goedert was ignored half of the season. I mean, so many fucking wrong things. Sidney Brown's going to be out, so yeah, Eddie Jacks sounds great for a 1 to 2 year deal. Blankenship, I think, will be your third tight end, your third safety most likely. Yeah, and if Kelsey retires, I don't know if Tyler Steen's ready this year. You don't have Sue Opeta needs to be re-signed. He could play both guard spots really well. Jack Driscoll, I could lose him. I honestly don't even care about Jack Driscoll that much, but yeah, if he retires, this shit's gonna suck. That's a big fucking hole. That's gonna be the weakness this year. I mean, not really center's gonna be a weakness. Right guard. I mean, Tyler Steen started a game this year. I mean, he's just too raw right now. Just way too raw. We got a super chat from Morgan Steele. Thank you so much, man. It says, what would be really petty? I would love to go do this, and that is going to get Steve Wilkes and have him do something on defense. Yeah, I mean, scapegoat, huh? Talk about scapegoat. Everybody, raise your hand in the chat. Raise your hand in the chat if you think Steve Wilkes is the scapegoat to San Francisco. Raise your hand in the chat. I mean, raise your hand if you didn't have a problem with the 49ers defense, if that's been the main problem. Seriously. I mean, that's just ridiculous, dude. I mean, they're going backwards now. That's it. Shanahan is going to bury himself, man. He's going to totally bury himself. It's insane, dude. It's crazy shit, man. I don't know. I mean, who's really the blame? I mean, we're not gonna go into it too much in the stream because they've been such a laughing stock. Like, fucking, not only the players getting involved. John Lynch is like, oh well, this guy had an injury and Javon Hargrave played with this and that player played with that, and like Ayuk's wife goes on TikTok and she's like, we're never stepping foot in that stadium again. It's like, it's a fucking disgrace. It's so disgraceful, dude. It's like, I have never seen a player base. I've never seen like a team cry so much. I'm telling you, The only reason why they can afford all these players, the only reason why they're doing what they're doing, and they could get this guy and Chase Young and let's add this one and let's pay. They're not paying Brock Purdy right now. Like their window is going to close within 2 years. Like they have like 2 years to try to do something, but firing Steve Wilkes did not fucking help at all. That just made it worse. That didn't even fix a problem. That defense was never, in my opinion, even in that game, I thought they contained Patrick Mahomes really well. They had containment on the outside with their defensive ends. You didn't allow Patrick Mahomes outside the pocket. How many times in the Eagles KC game did our defensive ends crash down? I don't get why they crashed down, because then the plays extended for an extra 10 seconds. How many times did we do that against Patrick Mahomes? 1,000,000 times. Crazy. At least this, like the Cowboy players complain, but I don't even know if it's that bad, to be honest. I don't even know if it's really that bad, because that's pretty fucking bad. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, what's going on, man? Hey, Joe, it's good, bro. I just want to say my thoughts and prayers goes to Kansas City and the Kansas City Chiefs organization that was messed up. Dude, as much as I think social media is like ruining the country, and I'm not trying to be political or anything, but social media, I'm only active on social media when it comes to the Eagles. I don't sit there and like tweet shit all day. I don't go on there and do stupid shit like that. What happened was horrible, and you can't fucking do anything anymore. Like, you literally have to watch out what you do in public now, because there are fucking crazy people out there. It sucks, dude. This world is like, every time I walk out, I don't feel safe. I never feel safe when I leave my house, because anything can happen at any moment. Any moment. You know, it sucks. But thoughts and prayers goes out to all of them. It sucks they had to go through that. Todd said Buda Baker and a second pick for HaasonReddick. See a mock trade, would you pull a trigger? Depending on his number, what he wants. Doesn't he have another year left, or is he a free agent, Buda Baker? Tales, if Debo was on OnlyFans, I'd pay for a vial of his Super Bowl tears. Yeah, all right. Sure. You know that's not true. Provides a delicious Debo tears. Dude, I wish that Debo had a fucking... You know how much Debo would make on a cameo? Debo would make millions on a cameo, and Eagle fans would make him rich. Twist said we need to just play our young corners. They will never develop if we don't play them. Then he says you're safer than you think. Just keep your head on a swivel. That's what I do. That's what I do. Like, I can't stand people. Like, when I'm out in public and stuff, and like there's some asshole that, like, I don't know, someone, like, I had an issue with a guy that, like, at like an intersection or like in a parking lot, and the guy wouldn't like move, or like he wanted me to move and I told him to move, and then like as soon as I started moving, he started moving, and then I just, you know, not freaked out on him, but I was like, dude, like, just fucking go, dude. Crazy. Fat Fred, what's going on, man? So I got a good feeling about next year. I think we'll win the Super Bowl. Yeah, we'll see, dude. We got a lot of work ahead of us. Chris says Steve will make a decent right guard. We have to let our young guys play. Bradbury has to go. Ringo and Rodgers and Slay should start. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if Ringo's going to start at number 2. I think there's a lot of good competition. Like, Isaiah Rodgers is like my top guy. I'm really like excited to see. Could play inside corner, like might be Maddox's replacement, because Maddox is getting cut post-June regardless. I'd be shocked if they keep him at a $10 million cap hit. There's no way they keep him at that number. I don't think he survives. I mean, 4 injuries in 2 years. It's like time now. It's time to go. But Bradbury's got to get cut, though, no doubt. We need a trade for Surtain. Yeah, that's probably not going to happen, dude. If they were able to give up a first and a 5th round pick for him, like, that would probably be a steal. But it's not going to be that. They're going to want a lot for him. A thing I hate now is everybody is looking down at their phones. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing that annoys the crap out of me. Like when people are like out in public, or like if you go to Disney World, right? Well, I went to Disney to watch the fireworks, and everybody had their phones out. Like, no one enjoys the moment of anything anymore. Everything's got to be recorded, you know. I'm ready for Howie to do a lot of work for the Eagles this offseason. It's gonna be really busy. Tyler says, Joey, do we trust Howie to draft the pick? So he needs to get better scout college talent. I don't think. I don't necessarily think that the draft picks have been bad. I just feel like he needs to change his philosophy on paying attention to other positions. He doesn't pay attention to running back in the draft. Well, technically he does, but linebacker and safety are the obvious ones. That need to be drafted a little higher than expected. You got to draft best player available before like 3 years. Before like when we drafted Devontae Smith. Before that, we were really drafting more, best player for the scheme, not best player available. If you draft for need more than best player available, then you're in a lot of fucking trouble. And that's what the Eagles have been doing since the Super Bowl, really. And it finally caught up to us. Nate said, watch the lady picking through boxes of strawberries and creating her own the other day. What an actual wash your fruit. And also, I just want to go through another season drama-free like 22. Hope it's not too much to ask. Winning solves all. It does. It does. Like, I didn't expect the year we were going to have last year. They were on a run, but unfortunately, they were never dominant in one game. I mean, unfortunately, I figured a domination game would have happened last year, and then things just got worse after that. Let's see here. Does Niners fans come to an Eagles channel like if you can come into barbecue ribs cookout? James said, I think Bradbury will do better with Fangio. Better to keep him instead of just eating up dead money for. Well, no, it's not a big deal. If you extend the thing is you have to extend Bradbury for a couple years and then just spread out the dead cap's in the single digits. It's not, you eat that up easily. You eat that up very easily. So it's not impossible. People are making this Bradbury contract seem like it's impossible to get out of. It's not impossible to get out of it. The Eagles will have to pay him the next few years, but his dead cap, his cap numbers and his dead cap's in the fucking single digits. It's not that crazy. Well, see, we should have traded that other first round last year of Surtain instead of drafting Smith. Oh, hell no, dude. You talking about Devontae Smith? No fucking way, dude. Slick with the super chat. Thank you so much, man. It says, throwing it out there, sign Levante David, 1-year deal, draft Trotter Jr. and have him and Dean learn from David and still get a great player starter. Well, Levante David's 30. Dude, Levante David's like 33, dude. He's old. He's really old. I mean, that's beyond old. I think I don't think it should be Levante David. I still feel like they should sign, and I don't know if they're going to do it. They could sign a linebacker to big money. Andrew Van Ginkel would be one, but I feel like with him, it's interesting just because he played very well. I think he had like 53 pressures, 6 sacks in Fangio's scheme last year with Miami, but the problem is he's 29 years old. He's 29 years old. That's the problem. So that Shazier kid from Tennessee, because Bobby King is the linebacker coach, that coach Shazier, 163 tackles, 2 sacks last year. Guy's an athletic freak of nature. I'd probably try to sign him. And then you should bring in a prove-it guy like Devin White. Bring in a prove-it guy like Devin White. And if you want to go down the road of Trotter Jr. in the second round this draft, then do that. I think they should sign a guy to big money. I think they should sign a prove-it deal guy, and I think they should go draft one. They got to hit all three. They got to sign one to big money, prove it, another guy on a prove it, and then do Trotter Jr. or somebody in the second round. That's what I feel like they should do. I think that would make more sense. Levante David, I mean, sure, but I don't know. Just old right now, unfortunately. Eddie Jackson's 30 years old. Will he take a 2-3 year deal above 30-year-old players get hurt more often? I think it'll be like a 1 to 2 year where they can get out of it after 1 year. I don't think it'll be. It's not going to be long term. But if the guy plays good in Fangio's system and became a all pro under Fangio, you know what I mean, for specific reasons, you know what I mean. Did really well in that system. Hold on. All right, we're good. So I think we'll go Tyler Guyton with the first pick since Lane has been training him. I mean, that would be interesting too. I mean, if they go trenches, they've always gone trenches early. You know, will they continue it? Yeah, Patrick Queen is definitely. Yeah, I mean, Patrick Queen makes a lot of sense. I mean, no doubt. But the problem with that is that I feel like he's going to be the number one linebacker everybody's going to try to go after, where it's going to be a literal back and forth with money. It's gonna be a huge investment, and as much as I want to pay a guy, I don't know if Patrick Queen's gonna be the guy that they're gonna try to go back and forth and up the bid on the money, because a lot of people are gonna be bidding on him like crazy. So I would love it if they did it. I'd be shocked, but no, Devin White hasn't. He got like that's why I said Devin White gets a prove it deal, because he hasn't really played this year. He hasn't had too many snaps this year. He got beat as a starter this year for half the season or most of the season. Show said it would be dope if we got Edge Cooper in the second. That'd be sweet. Draft best available player always. That's how you should draft. Best player available is how you should draft. Joe, I like what you're thinking, Joe Delby. I just like, and look, they might not sign a linebacker to big money, but if it was up to me, like sign that Shazier kid or Van Ginkel, right? And like maybe what they could take advantage of with Van Ginkel's 29, so it's interesting. Like, I don't know what the market's going to be because of his age and for long term after having a really good year. I would sign one of those two, maybe, to big money. Go get the prove it year guy out of Devin White, and then go draft Trotter, whoever you want. Okay, because I feel like that's the perfect situation for us at linebacker. And you got to put as much in front of Nakobe Dean as possible. Do not keep Nakobe Dean comfortable. You don't want him to sit there and act like he has the job. And he's got a lot to prove, because the guy's not even available to play. And that's already a problem of its own. So far, we've had a bust of a draft from last. Oh yeah, definitely. I think. Yeah, not a great draft. I was. When was that? When was that Overshown kid? What was his name? That linebacker that's really fucking good, and he ended up getting hurt. Didn't you draft that Overshown kid this year? Was that this year or was that last year? I forgot. Because that guy's a good player. Me and Kelly Green says, I know that we didn't expect San Fran to cut their DC, but I really wish that we got that guy. Yeah, dude, I get it. But at the end of the day, like, the Eagles are going to hire who they know. And, you know, Vic Fangio was a consultant here with the Eagles, you know, and, you know, good things happen. You know, the only problem we had defensively was we were just taking our foot off the gas. I mean, that was our big problem in 22 is our taking our foot off the gas, letting teams come back and putting more pressure on our offense, which I thought was a bunch of bullshit. You know, can't do that. But Baldy with super chat, thank you so much, man. I said we should have used the second first round pick last year to trade for Sertain and not draft Nolan Smith. You misunderstood. I was about to say, like, what are you talking about, Smith? Like, well, we shouldn't have drafted Devontae Smith. Yeah, I mean, they could have, but at the time, like, I mean, it's easy to say that because, you know, James Bradbury was coming off a fantastic year, a really good year. That was probably covered up by what's it called? You know, with Nolan Smith. Unfortunately, with Nolan Smith, I think you can. I think he just has to. He's got to bulk up a little. He needs playing time. I mean, he doesn't have enough playing time right now. No playing time at all. But I'm fine with the Nolan Smith pick. I mean, we just have to wait and see. It's just like they just wasted a year with him, not really doing much of anything. You know. So we'll see. Time will tell. Lots of good free agent linebackers. Oh, there's a ton, man. There's a ton. And we need to get our hands on one of them. Come on, Eagles. That was last year's draft. Okay. Because that guy's going to be a good player. That guy's going to be a good player. Injured coming back string, yes, sir, this year. Phil said, Phil, super chat. Thank you so much, man. What's going on, Phil? JB had a good year because we had a pass rush and played terrible teams. That's well, yeah. I mean, the pass rush definitely helps. It definitely. What I suspect. I mean, yeah, a 70 sack season is a big. That's a big season for a defense, especially for a defensive line. You know, the quicker you can get pressure with your front. These corners barely have to do anything. And I guess that really bandaged up what Bradbury's weaknesses are. And I think part of it too, dude, I think part of it is James Bradbury I think ever since that play happened, that holding call in the Super Bowl, I think this is what's affected him the whole time. I think this is what's really affected him. Totally true. I think it's true. That's just me, though. Appreciate it a lot, Phil. Wally with super chat. Thanks so much, Mrs. Fair. Bradbury's play was covered by good DL play. Yeah, it was. That's what it looks like. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that, too. Yeah, he had a shoulder injury after Seattle. Yeah, you're right. I totally forgot about that. It's hard to remember this shit because, like, you don't see these guys play that often. And then all the things that do happen to them, you don't remember. Oh. Craig says we need to draft Kool-Aid McKinstry. I hope. We'll see. I hope Kelsey don't leave. I want to see him push again. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Just the missing Parsons didn't want to hear Jackie skipped the draft interview. Fuck them. So I hope they don't make that tush push illegal. I don't know if they're getting rid of it or not. I mean, I don't care. I could care less. If we had like the same coaching staff going into this year, I would say, yep, get it, do it. But I don't really care. If they take it away, then I don't even care, to be honest. Nate says you got to be nice to that guy. The locker room wasn't. He was a positive reinforcement guy. Yeah, maybe. Michael Goldberg, appreciate the super chat, man. It says, let's celebrate. Oh, sorry. It says, Mecca. Sorry, I'm reading the thing. Let's celebrate. Oh, God. 20th super chat, man. That's awesome. Says, Mecky Gardner has size and ability, can play safety. I don't know if they even want to use him. I mean, under Fangio as a consultant, they barely even. They didn't really do much with him. I liked what he could do. I mean, he could play multiple positions. I've always liked him. Fat Fred says, Joey, imagine we get, appreciate the super, by the way, Michael. Fat says, Joey, imagine we get McConkey in the 5th round. Is he going to be a 5th round pick though? Is he? I wonder like how far up he's actually going to go. If they get Lad McConkey from Georgia, oh man. All I got to say, you want to see a wide receiver 3? I mean, this guy's like Julian Edelman / like, I don't even know. It's crazy. It's insane. Breaking ankles. It's what that kid could do is crazy. So they better allow the brotherly shove. Brez Joey was at the Seattle. Oh, that sucks. Regular says, Joey, did we get someone today? I haven't seen any. Oh, no. We can't get anybody. Well, we can get people, but we haven't got anybody. No, it's been quiet. McConkey going in the 2nd round, especially if he has a good combine. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. When was the last time we had a scary defense? Like physical? Not for years. Willie Gay's another free agent as well. He'll be available. Jack Joyce, until they fix Hurts, it doesn't matter. The Hurts hate it's gotta stop, dude. It's gotta stop. Johnson, let Driscoll walk. We could pick up somebody in the draft. Oh yeah, I don't care about Driscoll. Driscoll could walk because he's been horrible. Well, Willie Gay's not gonna be he's not gonna be cheap. I don't know if this is like, I don't know. Tyler says Xavier Worthy from Texas is better than McConkey would be there for 4 to 5th round. I mean, look, either or, I'm fine with it. Like, I don't know if they want to produce a guy at wide receiver 3 or actually get somebody in the building. I don't know if they want to get Tyler Boyd or, I don't know what other receivers, Hollywood Brown, Tyler Boyd, Elijah Moore, cool like that. James says free agency officially open. I thought I read online it opens in March. Yeah, it's mid-March. I forgot what date it is. The 19th. I forgot what date it is. It's mid-March though. Make my friends. Did you hear that Washington will win the division? It was funny to me. I mean, Washington's doing a lot of. Washington. They fumbled. They fumbled the bag heavy on Ben Johnson. They got a defensive-minded head coach now that's bringing in a lot of his assistants from Dallas and Dan Quinn. So we'll see what happens, Jamal Adams is expected to be released. Thoughts? Is he? Really? No, is he being released? Is that like true though? Oh yeah, he got hurt. He's old though, bro. He's old though. I mean, it's just he's at the dead end. Who's that other linebacker? Who's that other linebacker? That's who's the other free agent linebacker from Seattle? I actually like that guy. What's his name? Jambalaya Adams. Who's the other linebacker? No, not Wagner, the other one. Jordan Brooks. Yeah, I like him too. I like his physicality. I just like him. I'm not saying he fits the scheme, but I actually like him. But Joey Kellemore's run attempts was 95% as much as what the Eagles did in 22. I like more. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be balanced. It's going to be like 56-48. You know, like his pass run ratio will be like 56-48. You know. Nate says that Fangio 5 was pretty good. Linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel saved Deshaun. Yeah, Deshaun Elliott was with the Miami Dolphins. Linebacker Jose Jewell. Yeah, it'd be interesting. Deshaun Elliott would be an interesting one because I don't think he'll cost that much. Goat says Jordan Brooks would be a nice signing. Malik Reed. We need Fred Warner linebacker type linebacker. Yeah, they're hard to find. Or whatever it was. I'm tired. It was like 56. It was like I forgot what it was. 57 47. I forgot what it was. 57 48. I forgot what it was. But I think his most balanced year I think was 21 with the Cowboys. Like it was I think that was more of his balanced year. Boy, do we miss TJ Edwards. I know, dude. I know. Well, that's what they do because they don't care about the position. That's what they do. Tower says Al Shire and Van Ginkel and Willie Gay make the most sense. Yeah, I think so too. I don't think Patrick Queen's going to be the guy. I don't. Al Shire because of Bobby King and Van Ginkel because of Vic Fangio. Tori says, what do you think of the market for Chauncey Gardner-Johnson even is at this point? It's not going to be much. He had a pectoral this year. He was hurt most of the year. What is he expecting? I'm actually interested to see what happens to him. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm actually interested to see what happens. Not sure what's going to happen, but we'll find out, won't we? Shit. All right. Sorry. I keep switching the damn windows. PD Tad, what's going on, PD Tad? What's going on, dude? Yo, Joey, Ringo's a wild card, man. You never know what you have. Oh no, it's putting Keely Ringo at safety. Yeah, I mean, I honestly wouldn't like. I'd at least try to cross train him there, see what he could do. First couple games under Matt Patricia, I thought he played really well. Like I thought Ringo played fantastic. Everybody fell apart. I mean, it's not just him, but everybody did because Ringo started not playing well. Everybody couldn't play well. The mentality, sense of urgency was gone. His coaching staff really fucked up our team mentally, I'll tell you that. Nate says USA Today, Patrick Queen projected to sign a 4-year, $67 million contract in 24. Shit. That's crazy. Drew said, Joey, did you know that Jalen Hurts bought the home of Jonathan Gannon? What? How is that possible? Jacob says, Willie Gay might be around $7 million. That's so true. We should get him. Queen has draft pedigree and probably value himself higher. Oh, yeah. I mean, I think he's the top linebacker that's going to get, like, massively paid, like, crazy. That the Eagles are not going to get into a big-ass bidding war over him. I don't think so. Tavares, what's up? Angelo says, draft the center. Powers with the first pick. It's the most important move we can make. That's if Kelsey's gone. 100% chance we draft an edge or tackle with those first 3 picks in the first 2. Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, I think they'll go edge. I think they have to get an edge guy. They might have to get one free agency. Might have to get one in the draft. I don't know. They're going to draft trenches. There's no doubt. Offensive linemen will be there within the first 3 picks. Yeah, Joe, you must be doing really well. I'm getting a shitload of commercials on here. I mean, it shouldn't be that much. I think it's on balanced. It's on balanced. It's not on because there's like 3 settings. There's like aggressive, balanced, and something else. I've always put it on balanced. It's always like that. Lewis says Nick Kotite just never changed things up when things went wrong. Lewis says there's plenty of good free agents, linebackers who shouldn't be too expensive. So Howie truly has no excuse. There's Al Shire, Jordan Brooks, Frankie Louvu, Kenneth Murray. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of guys, man. I feel like there's affordable guys, even like prove it guys like Devin White. I would add and then draft a guy. I would sign 3 linebackers honestly, and plus the draft in general. Towers there really should go cornerback, safety, linebacker, top 3, but it won't happen in the draft. Well, let's see what they do because the philosophy's got to change. We'll see what they do. Let's see what they do in free agency first. You know. Aiden says, yeah, there is a lot. Also, who's the biggest free agent linebacker you think the Eagles could actually go after, if not Patrick Queen, if they do try hit in free agency? I mean, those are like Van Ginkel, Shire, Patrick Queen. Those are like your top 3 dudes right now. Says Joey, I hope you know we love you, buddy. Hope good things find you. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, they try. Good things try to find me, but not all the time. We're going to go for another couple minutes. I'm so shot right now. I don't know what I'm hoping I'm like making sense when I'm talking a little bit. I hope. Andy Alcron says, I would be okay if the Eagles signed Deshaun Elliott, especially I watched his college highlights at Texas, was pretty good against the run and pass. Oh, he's a great run support guy, could tackle really well. He would be a perfect fit for the Eagles, especially under Vic Fangio since he was with Miami. So I would pay Malcolm Jenkins to come back on the coaching staff in some type of way. Tavares, we gotta take a QB just like we did with Wentz. Choked, stupid. Nah, I don't think it's gotta go that far. Robert DeShield says, does San Fran have a DC? They just fired Wilkes, and this would be the year to bounce back and get back to the Super Bowl. This team will be completely different. I'm feeling confident. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens within the NFC. You know, see how much things do change. The Lions are obviously on the list of potential teams that are going to get back there again. See what the Niners do. You know, they're over the cap and a lot of money right now. Tyler says Van Ginkel's versatile. He could play edge, inside linebacker, knows Fangio. That's what the problem I have is that he's 29. That's the issue I have. If he was like 26, 27, I honestly wouldn't mind it for a few years, you know. But just getting old, so this is what it is. For a future investment for a lot of money like that, and he's not really that young entirely, you know. So I get it. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm just done right now. I'm like gotta go to sleep soon because I'm gonna pass out. We'll have the shakedown tomorrow night. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button, like this stream if you guys haven't. Do appreciate so much. We'll be back with Monday's stream, but we'll be streaming tomorrow night on this channel. Do the Philly shakedown tomorrow night, and get in touch with Philly 500, see what's going on, kind of pick his brain on some things a little bit. Come Saturday night, we'll be back Monday night with a stream, and obviously it's videos every day. I have a video already ready for tomorrow for you guys, and yeah, that's it. So you guys appreciate the super chat, memberships, all that great stuff. Appreciate it so much. If you guys like I said, we'll be back tomorrow with another video and another stuff will happen. So all right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you guys on the next one. Chicks butt, follow, peace out, guys. Peace. Love you guys. Peace.